Man, you know what the going on, man? It's your boy, WTF Sporty, and I'm back with another one, man. Look, before we continue, go to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and click the notification bell so you know when I rock my videos like this. What we're going to get into, 15 unexplained videos that leave people worried. Straight up, right here on the WTS channel. Thank you for stopping by, but we better get into that intro, right? Way too sporty, what you talking about? POV, a nigga dropping, nigga popping out. Way too turn so you can cut it out. Bust the ugly thing on you, have you running out. Way too fresh, your favorite YouTuber. Nigga way too cold, I don't do bloopers. Stay 10 toes down, I don't do troop. Y'all ready? Hey, yo. Let's rock this thing.
Number 15. Ghost car accidents.
That shit sound crazy
If
already.
it weren't for a zebra crossing, this single car crash could have been a whole lot worse. On one side of the road, you have two cars sitting at the crossing waiting for pedestrians to walk across. And on the other side, you have a car that appears to have lost control.
Damn. The hell going on?
Fortunately, there was no one walking across the crossing at the time, which begs the question, why have the other cars stopped? Maybe they saw the car driving erratically prior to the collision, who knows? Either way, they avoided certain injury, or even worse, death. Initially, the clip is silent, so the viewer is led to believe the car has crashed out of view. However, when the sound is added, the whole scenario quickly changes.
Wow.
You can hear the collision, but with what, nobody knows. I can't imagine how the driver was feeling when it appears the car has been taken over by an invisible force.
That shit like smacking into nothing, getting destroyed out of nowhere for no reason. I don't even know how to feel about this shit right here.
Hell-bent on causing as much destruction as possible. I also can't imagine how the driver will explain the accident to the authorities, or for that matter, the insurance company. One minute, the car's driving along with the driver minding their own business.
Right.
The next, it's missing a bumper and skidding to a halt in the middle of the road.
How the
It's
fuck
like
you
the
explain
engine
that
is
shit?
possessed, and this driver a drink. Before we go on,
No, that's
like
probably
this
what he's
video,
had too
smash
much
the
of.
subscribe button and click the notification bell right now, or Slenderman will come from under your bed while you're sleeping.
That's crazy. I like how
Number
he does that.
14. Staring animal appears in forest. American
Nigga, all
folklore
animals be
is
staring.
filled with an unbelievable collection of myths, legends, fables, and stories about animals, including the legend of Bigfoot.
Damn,
This
Shaquille
animal has never
O'Neal
been
and shit.
officially discovered by scientists.
Sightings of this giant animal have kept
Yo, did they got another picture of this dude? Because every time I see a picture of Bigfoot, he always running away. Look at that motherfucker. He looked like he got on a two-piece ski mask. You know, the kind that drop. You see the the mouthpiece. You lift it back up, and you just got ninja eyes and shit like that. What's up with that? That don't even look real, bro. If you look at that shit, that motherfucker look like a costume. You know what I'm saying? Let's dissect this myth. We're not gonna do it too long. We're like a couple more seconds. Tell me if you believe this is real or not. All right, let's go.
people thinking for centuries now. However, no official discovery by a scientist has ever been recorded. Considered one of America's most mysterious beings, Bigfoot sightings are in the hundreds.
Right.
Also known as Sasquatch and the subject of many
The Yeti.
movies, the creature was given the name Bigfoot as its feet are said to measure up to 24 inches long. The rare creature is believed to stand approximately 8 feet tall and has the appearance of a bear crossed with a gorilla with reddish-brown fur.
It's a gorilla.
This clip was taken in Wild Horse Lake, Oregon in 2017 by the Dixon family who were on holiday in the area. Whilst out capturing the sights and sounds of Wild Horse Lake, one of the group spots a strange animal lumbering into view. It is standing and appears to be staring at them. Unfortunately, the clip isn't clear enough to make out what the animal
need to
is
see another
from
picture,
such
man.
a distance, but it
shit
certainly
right here.
doesn't look like a bear. But was it a Sasquatch? Until someone can prove otherwise, we may never know. Number 13. car passes through
I'm sorry, I gotta say this, man. Yo, hey, Finest, look, is your avatar, is that supposed to be Michael Jackson, bro? Like, that look like Michael Jackson. I'm just saying. You know, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. May God bless his soul. But that looks like Michael Jackson, bro. Every time I see that avatar, you know, I don't be wanting to speak on it, but you know what? It looks like it. So is that what it's supposed to be, bro? Drop it in the comments if you think that avatar is supposed to be Michael Jackson, man. It looks like Michael Jackson to me. I always have. Even got the little S coming down. I mean, like, beat it, Michael Jackson. That's crazy. All right, sorry about that, man. Let's keep going.
traffic. This clip has all the hallmarks of a supernatural movie. It starts out with the perfect ghostly setting. Dark and gloomy night, rain pouring down, puddles emerging on the road, and traffic lights casting colorful shadows.
Where the fuck did that car come from?
Although it looks like a busy evening with traffic building up, perhaps after work, all is not what it seems. We see two lines of traffic, both turning and heading through the intersection. Each car has indicated their intention to make a left turn. The green light shines, and off they go. But wait, out of literally nowhere, a car shoots through the gap of two cars following each other.
That's
the vehicle
crazy.
at the back brakes heavily to avoid a collision, but would there have been one? This ghost car, if you will, has not come from anywhere. There's absolutely no sign of it before the near miss.
Wow.
And if it is real, it's heading into oncoming traffic. This is a disaster
Crazy.
waiting to happen.
The
What a
fuck?
shame we don't get to see the outcome.
Yeah, that's
Number
crazy, bro.
11, Revolving Doors. When it comes to revolving doors, no doubt we all have a horror story to tell. Occasionally, they malfunction and we end up getting
Some relationships are like revolving doors, man. Keep your eyes open.
stuck. Perhaps someone else tries to get in ahead of us, or you just can't seem to time it right. Rest assured, there wouldn't be many of you, however, that had the experience this guy did. In fact, to say he's lucky to be alive to tell the tale is a bit of an understatement. I can only imagine the level of panic that sets in now every time he even comes close to a revolving door. And you
Right.
can't blame him, really. He looks to be heading out of work at the end of a long
Yeah,
day,
he about to
off
go do
home
his
to his
shit.
family to enjoy a quiet evening in front of a fire, perhaps. With thoughts of his plans, he heads towards the revolving door, steps in, and anticipates a hasty exit. Unfortunately, he hadn't banked on the doors having other plans. Plans
What does that
involve
mean?
A quick trip to the emergency room, no doubt. Poor guy steps in, and the next minute,
What
the
happened?
doors
Come
on
on, man.
either side of him start moving towards him, as if to meet up with him, sandwiched in the middle. But before he is crushed,
Oh, you
the
got
glass
slap,
in
clap
both
by the
explodes,
fucking
with
doors?
shards flying in all directions.
Yeah, they
it was
like
scary enough to
double
watch.
stabbed him, bro.
Imagine being in the middle of it. It was as if
How
the
the-
doors were suddenly possessed.
How the fuck does that kind of shit happen, man? How does that happen, bro? Like, how does some shit like that happen? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Sheesh.
Creepy.
Hella.
Number 10, a tree growing through a car. This clip really must be the work
That's
of the
crazy.
devil. Who else would play a trick like this and think it was funny? Imagine
coworker.
parking your car in the work parking lot in the morning and coming out after your shift to find it is unable to be driven. No doubt this has happened to some of you in the past. Perhaps someone has rear-ended you during the day or parked so close you can't get in. But this footage takes things to a whole new level. This poor guy comes out of work
Alors, c'est comme un mystère.
ready to head home, and lo and behold, there's a tree sticking out of his car roof. Now,
That's
it
fucked
hasn't
up.
come down from the sky and dropped into his car either. It's clearly come up and out from the inside. You can tell by the way the roof is now sitting. Not only is this perplexing for the owner, it's also gonna take some explaining to his insurance provider. I mean, the whole car's gonna be severely damaged just to remove the unwanted greenery. It
Right.
might just be time for a new car. Number 9. Flying ghosts. Whether you're in a parking garage or on the street, there's one thing you're always keeping a watchful eye on: the cars. For your own safety, it's important to ensure the way is clear before crossing the road or walking past vehicles that might be reversing into your path in a parking garage. But imagine your surprise when the car you swear just drove past you at pace simply doesn't exist. This footage shows several occasions where pedestrians are left more than a little confused and no doubt questioning their sanity. For most, it's simply a flash of light as what appears to be a vehicle flies past. But for one lady, it was a little more than that. She is seen carrying her shopping to her car that is in a parking garage. All seems relatively normal until she sees something shiny fly past. Whilst checking to see what it was, the indicators of every car start flashing. Now, that's a little more than freaky, don't you think? What's a bet there's a ghost sitting back somewhere having a great laugh?
Hey, you know what? I seen that ghost. I seen that object in another one of my videos, man. And I think I'm gonna link it in a card. Like, how does this go? How am I do it? Like what? Point this way. Right there. Yeah, somewhere up in that corner like that, right? Right? Yeah, right there, somewhere. And it's gonna link to that. I think it's like most disturbing videos on the internet or some shit like that. But I've seen that object before. So this has become like the WTF Sporty's version of Bigfoot sightings and shit like that. Cause I've seen that it looks like, I said it looked like Luigi, bro. That's what I said in the other video. Let's take a look. That shit look like a flying ass Luigi.
Laugh at these people's expense.
Watch when they slow it down.
Number 8.
Oh shit.
Unexplained accident.
Run the video back. If you have the ability to slow that shit down, do it. I'm gonna link the description in this video, in the card. You know what I'm saying? For you to watch that video. Watch that video to the end. Watch this video to the end. And then you'll see what I'm talking about in the other one.
Does life on Mars truly exist? Was this person unceremoniously deposited into the middle of the road by a UFO of alien life? I have so many questions and really no answers. This footage was caught on dashcam by a driver who happened upon the bizarre incident quite by accident while going about his daily business. What we see are the two lanes, each going in the opposite direction of each other. Above the lanes is an overbridge, and beyond that there are several apartment buildings. It's a busy street with several cars driving backwards and forwards. But what none of them expect is the sudden appearance of a person sitting on the white line in the center of the road. A large black van almost hits him, and he swerves to avoid an accident. So too does the white car behind him. The man, who doesn't seem to be hurt, picks himself up and heads off into the distance.
Like he come out the wheel well.
Where did he come from? Looking back at the clip, he hasn't jumped from the bridge as you might expect. He has simply landed on the road from nowhere.
Sheesh.
Is he a time traveler from another era, maybe an apparition, or is the supernatural truly at play here? What do you think? Number 7.
I don't know what I think at this point. After seeing some shit like that, I don't know if I can fucking think.
Scary road moments.
That shit's crazy.
The old dash camera is a handy device, capturing all sorts, from terrible driving and near misses to madness, mayhem, and even the unexplainable.
Fuck that.
Police impressive.
These onboard cameras have captured a host of surprising scenarios whilst drivers take to the roads completely oblivious to what is about to happen. In the first clip, you can hear a passenger screaming as what appears to be a car bonnet comes flying towards the
They called the car hood a car bonnet. That shit got a little cowl on it. What was that, from a Charger or some shit? Look at that, man. Looked like a performance vehicle hood. Either way, 5, 4, 3, 2.
car smashing the windscreen. Now, that's frightening enough, but things get a whole lot more nail-biting than that. Just imagine you're lined up in what looks like a covered parking area outside several shops, minding your own business, when, lo and behold, the glass roof caves in on top of you.
Oh, fuck that.
What thoughts
What
would
would
be
you
running
do?
through your head, I wonder? Fortunately, for those in their vehicles, the steel framing kept things from getting too hairy. Next up is a motorcyclist that has a close encounter with a tipping container truck. In fact, so close he should be buying a lottery ticket.
Good job. Good job, Ryder. That motherfucker right there, boy, that was some bullshit.
Then we see the chain of a crane from a construction site drop in for a quick hello on the front of a car heading down the highway, followed closely by a truck pulling out in front
that
of
nigga coming out
traffic
way
with
too
an
fast, first of all.
incredibly unsteady load. The load
yeah.
consists of concrete pipes, and one slides off in what looks like slow motion right in front of an oncoming car. A
It was
fascinating
slow motion.
watch.
That bitch
It's
was heavy.
unbelievable
Is
that
that a
no
kid?
one was harmed in these scary
fuck?
road moments caught on camera.
What kind of people
Number 6. A
driving these
ghost
vehicles, man?
in a hospital. Old hospitals, particularly those that previously held
wasn't no
psychiatric
ghost.
patients, have often been the subject of horror stories
Oh,
involving ghosts.
Yo,
Some
what's
have
that
made
name?
it to the
Tell 'em.
big screen, and others are simply rumored to be haunted. But this clip shows a modern-day hospital. It isn't obvious whether it's a medical or psychiatric hospital, but an unnerving introduction to one of its patients might signal the latter. Dressed in a white robe, what appears to be a disheveled girl with long black hair runs towards the camera, clearly not in her right mind. Is she a patient or merely an apparition? Either could be accurate, considering some of the unusual happenings here. For one, the rubbish bin in the hallway seems to have taken on a life of its own. The lid flips back and forth as if an invisible person is unsure whether to empty their waste into it or not. And that's not all. A wheelchair can be seen slowly
Look at that
making its
shit.
way towards the exit,
It's
with no
motivated.
one sitting in it or pushing it. Has the
Motherfucker
ghost had
motivated.
enough of teasing the patients and staff? Is he off to mess with someone else's mind?
yeah,
We hope
mine
so.
and yours.
Number 5. Haunted House.
That
I
little
don't know about
fucking
you,
thing,
but
man.
if I wasn't convinced before, this footage has me questioning the possibility of paranormal activity.
Crazy.
It shows a small kitchen and
I don't
dining
think you could
area
fucking-
with the kitchen
you can't-
cabinetry and bench at one end, and the
I mean, anything can be staged, man, right? I get it. Anything can be staged. But this shit right here, man, this shit crazy, man. So I suggest that they have a camera set up, you know what I'm saying, in the kitchen, because they suspected paranormal activities were occurring in the home, you know, when they weren't around. So they decided to capture it. Is that why this camera's here? That's some crazy ass fucking shit. This shit popping around the house like popcorn in a motherfucking microwave off in the bag, though, player. What's going on with it?
dining table at the other. The
Yeah.
owners, clearly suspecting that something isn't quite right, are either filming the proceedings or have someone capturing it for them. And given the noise that it all makes, unless you were deaf, it's obvious something weird is going on.
Fuck
Almost every single cupboard in the kitchen opens and shuts by itself. Items fly off the benches, including fruit from a fruit bowl, and plates are literally thrown out of a cupboard and onto the floor.
Wow.
I can only but imagine the mess needing to be tidied up in the morning. Makes you
Hell
wonder
yeah,
if the
it's
invisible
horrible
mischief
in there,
maker is a
horrific.
child. Imagine getting caught in the middle of it or attempting to make a cup of coffee or a meal with assistance from an unknown source. Doesn't
No,
sound like
thank
much
you.
fun to me, that's for
Right.
sure. Number 4. Lightning falls on a man more than once.
Oh shit,
They
that's
say
got to
that
be
lightning
one of
never
the most unluckiest motherfuckers on this planet. That nigga get hit by lightning twice. Let's check this unlucky ass motherfucker out.
strikes twice in the same place.
Don't worry, he's okay. He didn't die in this video. That's why I'm talking my little mesa homie. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man, you gotta be at odds with God, dude. You get hit twice with a laser, bro. I mean, not a laser, but a fucking lightning bolt. Same shit.
And then I knew I was going down.
But in actual fact, it can, although it is very rare. Research would have you believe that the odds of being struck in the same place are 1 in 9 million, but Texan Casey Wagner would disagree. And to be fair, he has a good reason to dispel the research. One night after attending Rednecks with Paychecks, an annual off-road event held in St. Joe, Texas, he and a friend were preparing to walk home when the weather started to cut up a little rough. While taking shelter under a tree as his friend used the restroom, Wagner noticed sparks splintering off the tree trunk. Before his friend could return to offer any assistance, he was struck by lightning. But worse was yet to come. As he was falling to the ground, he was struck a second time.
Wow.
Wagner never lost consciousness throughout the ordeal that saw.
He must have stole some out of his grandmama purse. Fuck that. For him to get that type of luck that night, it's either that or he's a fucking whiz kid now. That motherfucker spews out algebra and all kind of algorithms and shit on the fucking like blackboard, no problem. Or whiteboard, my bad. Crazy, bro. Twice? He must have stole something out of his mama purse, bro. Stole from his daddy or something. I don't know what the fuck ain't there.
Lightning enter his work boot, shoot up his leg, travel through the side of his body, and out
Shoot up
his left arm.
Understatement.
Could you imagine the pain this guy must have endured? He knew he was getting electrocuted and felt like his thumb had blown off.
Hell
Ouch.
yeah.
Partially paralyzed, he yelled for help and a nurse rushed to his aid, keeping him calm.
Where the hell was he at where he could just yell out and the nurse is gonna rush to his aid? Oh yeah, he was at that Rednecks thing. Okay.
Until paramedics arrived. I gotta say, he's a lucky guy.
Hell, I
Number
gotta say the same
3,
shit, too.
possessed Barbie doll.
Oh,
you have to
no.
be quick when it comes to this clip, or you'll miss out on all the fun. It's a bit of a blink and you'll miss it scenario, but it's
So
well
don't
worth a
fucking
watch.
blink.
We see a
Translation.
little girl playing with her 2 Barbie dolls.
Okay.
One has pink hair, the other is blonde. She is deep in conversation with them both, using her imagination to set the scene. Now,
was
although
about
the
to touch on that
blonde-haired
issue.
beauty looks fairly innocent and isn't adding
Because I was like, I don't hear nothing. All right, let me stop playing. All right, y'all go ahead.
much to the pretend conversation, you need to keep an eye on her. She's the one whose actions will have your hair standing on end. I kid you not. The little girl is talking away when her father yells out to her, and she replies rather abruptly, clearly unhappy at being interrupted. Perhaps the blonde Barbie sympathized with her, but the next minute, we see her head sharply twist to stare at the girl, who promptly screams and flings both dolls into the air. She must have been terrified, but it was pretty funny to watch, don't you think?
So Barbie got a little
Number
attitude.
2, unexplained explosion. Thankfully, there were no people around on this quiet street when this footage was captured. Or it could have spelled disaster for many. A couple of commercial-sized rubbish bins and several cars are lining up in a parking formation, waiting for their owners to jump back in and drive away, when their peace is literally shattered. Out of nowhere, the road appears to rise up to meet them, with the rubbish bins virtually eaten alive, swallowed up by the road, dust, and dirt. It's like a monster's trying to escape the confines of the road and is extremely angry. The street is soon covered in dust and debris. But that's not all.
Sheesh.
One street over, the effects of the violent and somewhat bizarre intrusion are also felt. Dirt and dust have become airborne and leapt tall buildings in a single bound.
Wow.
Before long, several streets are lined with the remains of what was once a quiet street in a sleepy neighborhood. Not to mention the number of cars literally buried in the mess. Their owners will be in for a shock come home time, won't they? Number 1, Invisible Man. You've probably seen it happen 100 times, if not more. People who insist they have plenty of time.
No, I honestly like to say that I've never seen an invisible man before because you can't see him. He invisible, nigga. Okay, calm down.
To skip across the road into oncoming traffic. Either they think they're super fast or they secretly hope the cars will slow down. Usually they find the second fact to be true. The car will slow down and they will get across to their intended destination without risking life and limb. This footage, however, shows a slightly different scenario, one that leaves other pedestrians confused at what they've just witnessed. A man steps off the pavement and into the path of an oncoming car. Not only that, but he appears not to be too concerned about the quickly approaching vehicle, just standing there as if in a daze. The next minute, we see at the right of the screen a person.
Man, hold up, man. I'm gonna fucking freeze frame that. I'm good at this shit. Look at that. What is that, bro? Looks like a fucking mugger. I'm looking like a mugger. Yo, you know, I don't know about this one. I think this shit is cap. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the double shadow. Obviously, it's somebody in the hood running towards this person. And that, I don't know, man. You know why I don't know? Because look at the shadows. That's two different shadows, two different positions, bro. Why did I even pause this shit? This shit look fucking crazy. Oh my God. So now I've discovered a little bit more about this joint right here. So we got two different shadows, two different fucking, two different postures, man. Headed towards this dude, plus a flashlight at the bottom. This is crazy. This is crazier than I thought. I was trying to play this. I was trying to play this as cat a little bit. You feel me? I was trying to kind of play this weak. But actually, the little ideology right here, the little theory is kind of strong, bro. Shit. Yeah, I did that. We're going to stop it right there, man. Get your mind wondering, man. If you want to see this video again, without me in the video, the link is in the description below. If you want to watch the video again with your boy, go ahead and roll it back. But look, man, I'm going to go and say less and do something else, but make sure you get stressed the wrong address, yeah? I'm Big Sporty. I'm out this thing. Peace. Way too sporty, what you talking about? POV a nigga dropping, nigga popping out. Way too turn so you can cut it out. Bust the ugly thing on you, have you running out. Way too fresh, your favorite YouTuber. Nigga way too cold, I don't do bloopers. Stay 10 toes down, I don't do troop.